Welcome to JJ's Kitchen. Today we are going to try out a new recipe made with genuine Japanese ingredients. And it is Yakimezashi Stew. And it is made with Yakimezashi. Looks like something like dried baby herring with the eyeballs and brains still intact. In order to make this wonderful recipe, you need to have a package of Yakimezashi. It can be the larger, these are almost half alive, but they're freeze-dried, I think. Or the smaller ones. You get a lot more flavor from, a lot more eyeball flavor in these. There's a lot more eyeballs to eat. So I will probably try the ones with more brains and eyeballs. It'll be more satisfying. Also in the recipe we will use some chicken powder. This is from America actually, but they probably beat up chickens and dry them into powder out there too. And I will use Bulldog Worcestershire sauce. This is from Japan, and it is not to be confused with bulgogi sauce across the Sea of Japan, which is made from real bulldogs. No, this is, it smells and tastes like Worcestershire sauce. And then I have Oriental flavor ramen noodles, not Occidental, has to be Oriental flavor. And I have some fresh vegetable. And we will make a wonderful stew out of these items. First we heat up our wok, and we add some water to the wok. And next, we add our chicken powder from pulverized chickens and other artificial ingredients. And we dump our vegetables in the stew. Oh, it looks so wonderful. We bring this up to a boil, and we stew until it's tender crisp. After looking at some of these yakimezashi, it's really quite apparent that there's some very unfortunate little fish in here. There's an old Asian saying that my boss used to tell me. He said, "In the land of the blind, the one-eyed is the king." And so it is with these fish too. But we're going to have a good feast here. And if you'll look inside this, it looks and smells like fish bait, literally. And if you take, well, I'll take the blind fish. And this is what it looks like when you eat it. Really bad. What's in nummy? There it is, right there. Here, right there. What's that? It's not even that good for a rabbit poop eater. I have decided to put some basil in here to give it kind of a Thai basil touch. So we'll throw this in the stew as well. This should be awfully good. It smells better already. The zucchini have no flavor at all, as you can imagine. We need to have flavor. And the pulverized chicken is not all that tasty either. So with a little basil, this should really come out nicely. And next, we will add the ramen Oriental flavor, not Occidental. It has to be Oriental flavor. And we will put it into the stew and stir. Oh, smell that good fish, or that good flavor. Smell, oh my word, smell that. And now the time has come to add the yakimezashi. Uh-oh, I have some sort of packet in here. Do not eat. Oh boy. Do not eat. It even says it in English, don't eat. That must mean it's really poisonous. Anyway, bring this to a simmer. Oh wow, it smells like a crab trap. That's what it smells like when you add your fish heads to it. Lots of really tasty eyeballs and brains in here, and gills. And next you would want to add your noodle packet. You might need to add a little more water just to kind of make it more soupy. And we're going to bring this to a quick boil. And so our stew is starting to simmer now, and the noodles are starting to break up. So we want to make sure you split them up, and you're going to stir it up a little bit. Really, really sticky stuff. It smells really fishy. Something's really fishy in here. Now we need to kick it up a notch. So we take the bulldog sauce, not to be confused with bulgogi sauce from across the Sea of Japan, and we will add some to the mix. It really needs some good flavor, so we'll add some and bring it to a good boil. Get those fish reconstituted. They may start swimming around, possibly, and they might start looking at you. They might start thinking for themselves. That's all part of the experience. This is the finished product. The noodles are now softened. The fish are now Well, I wanted them to swim, but they just are not coming back to life right now, and they're not looking at me or thinking for themselves yet. So we will go ahead and try to eat them and see if they start squirming around inside of us. So we'll take it off the burner at this point and turn the burner off, and we'll serve some up. And so now we will try our Yakimezashi stew and give it a full taste test. I have several fish in here. I've got some vegetables and some broth with pulverized chicken and ramen noodles and some bulldog sauce. All this wonderful thing with a little bit of basil. So let's give it a shot. Not bad. All the flavors kind of blend together pretty well. The fishiness is gone thanks to all my wonderful spices that I put in there. And the bones aren't too bad. The skull just melts in your mouth. The spine just goes down like butter. I think I'm going to take another bite. This is not too bad, actually. I'm sold. This is good stuff. JJ, you've done it. Let's try this with the basil. The bones kind of get stuck in your mouth a little bit, and you just have to gag them down. I'm kind of surprised how good this tastes. And then, if it's a little unpleasant, it's really good for the stomach. Kind of cleans it out. I just wish the fish were more meaty and not so bony. Just got a skull in my mouth. And those eyeballs are really good. Boy, this Coke really helps matters. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this cooking show today, and I've learned something myself, that these yakimashinis are not so bad.